What's up guys, Gnosis the God here, and today I will be bringing you guys a list of the top 5 things that keep me addicted to DC Universe Online. The first thing that you'll notice when you step into the world of DC Universe Online is how good the game looks. It runs at a solid 60 frames per second on the PS4, and you can actually boost past that on the PC. Whether you're lurking through the shadows of Gotham, speeding over the rooftops of Metropolis, or just hanging out with the Green Lantern Corps on Mogo, the game looks fantastic. You'll notice little things such as the lightning that radiates off of the feet of any player that chose super speed as their movement mode. I for one did, and as you see here, when my character is standing still and I have the movement mode activated, electricity will actually radiate off his feet, and I think that's a really cool animation. That is actually not the only cool animation in the game. There are tons and tons of them. You'll see it in the way that the players fight, the way that the players move, everything like that, and it all looks fantastic, guys. One of the most important parts of DC Universe Online is character customization. A prime example of this is the power and skill customization in the game. After you earn XP and level up, you will gain either a skill or power point. Now these points can be used to buy new skills or powers for your character. Now there's so many options for powers and skills for you to choose that you can't choose all of them, but you can actually recreate pretty much any comic book hero or villain that pops into your mind. You can recreate that in the game, and I think that's a really cool mechanic. Now, like I said, there are tons of options. You can't choose all of them, so you're gonna have to make choices. And each choice that you make is going to dramatically affect the way that you play the game and the way that you interact with other players. Whether you're a healer, tank, DPS, whatever, controller, and then just how you play that role. It's all, everything, every choice matters in DC Universe Online, and I think that's a really cool mechanic. Now, this is gonna make you, this sense of choice is gonna make you feel really unique in the game and make you feel important to your group. Because there really won't be anyone quite like you, unless you, of course, are like me, where you post all your loadouts and customization stuff on the internet and people use it. But really, there's a lot of really unique feel in the game, and I really love that. Like I said before, character customization is a key part of DC Universe Online. A whole nother part of character customization is the gear and weapons that your character carries. As you progress through the game, you will gain new gear and new weapons for your character, and those are each unique. They usually look pretty cool, pretty awesome, guys. And since they're unique, and there's so many different options, like different combinations and stuff, that you're really gonna feel unique in the game. I think that's a really huge part of the game that they're really trying to emphasize, and I love that mechanic, guys. So again, with the little things, you can actually, this is gonna be kind of confusing. So you can wear, you can gain the stats from a certain type of gear, but you'll actually it'll appear as if you're wearing a different type. So say, let's just do the example just so you guys can understand it better. Say there's a helmet and the goggles. Now I really like the way the goggles look, but the helmet gives me more defense and is a better item. Well, I can actually equip the helmet in my inventory and then go under my styles tab and change my character so he's just wearing the goggles and not wearing the helmet. You can actually do that, and again, it adds to the customization, and there are no boundaries because you don't have to worry about the stats that certain gear has. So maybe it looks really ugly or doesn't fit your character, but it has really good stats. That is no longer a problem in DC Universe Online, and again, this is a really cool thing that not a lot of MMOs actually have. The combat system of DC Universe Online is utterly unique. Think of it as a complex game of rock, paper, scissors. For the sake of the video, I'll compare each of the individual quote-unquote moves to a rock, paper, scissors. So block is like the rock, melee is like the scissors, and range is like the paper. So block beats melee, melee beats range, and range beats block. So think about that for a second, guys. It is like a game of rock, paper, scissors, I am telling you, and it is a totally original combat system that I have never seen in another MMO or another game for that matter. And I really respect DCUO for coming up with this idea. They didn't actually have it originally in the game, but this came in after release, and it was an awesome mechanic, and it works fantastically in both PvE and PvP. So since the game is so fast-paced, you actually have to be able to predict whether your enemy is going to block, range, or melee. Being able to predict how your enemy will act can be the difference between life and death in DCUO, and it can actually allow lower level characters to trump over higher level characters. It's happened to me before, I know it's happened to other people before. Being able to block, range, and melee at the proper times is an unbelievable tool in DC Universe Online, and experience is really the only way you're going to be able to get good at this, guys. So I really love this. Arguably the hardest part of DC Universe Online is the raids. Now raids are 8-man PvE instances that pair 8 heroes or 8 villains up against a ton of bad guys, or I guess if you're villains, a ton of good guys. Now these are super hard, and they'll take the average team of 8 people around 30 minutes to beat. Usually that's minimum, so usually a little bit longer than that. It depends how much you die and how good your team is, I guess. But they take a ton of strategy, guys, and that's why they're so hard. They all take place in iconic DC comic environments, which is a really cool part of the game. I think one of the early raids that you will take part in is in the Batcave. You'll take part in raids on Oa, all of these iconic DC comic environments, and it's really cool to be fighting alongside, and in the Batcave you're fighting alongside Batman, and that's a really cool feeling, especially if you guys are Batman fans. So that's just an example, guys. Now, the best teams, the teams that get through this the fastest, are very coordinated, and in fact it is impossible to get through the later raids, like the hardest raids in the game, without any coordination, without any strategy. It's literally impossible. The things are so hard. You need coordination, and that's a really cool thing. But the best, they are very hard, but the best loot, the best gear, the best weapons, all that awesome stuff is actually gonna come out of the raids, guys. So raids, a hard thing to do, but very good rewards, and I love them. There you have it, guys. That was the list of the top 5 things that keep me addicted to DC Universe Online. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what your top 5 favorite parts of DC Universe Online. Keep in mind, these are only a few of the things in DC Universe Online that are awesome. There are so many more, so I encourage you guys, if you have not already done so, head over on PS4, head over on your PC, and download the game. It is totally risk-free because it is a free-to-play game. In part 3 of our Why I Love DC Universe Online series, I will be coordinating with the other YouTubers, ScrewAttack. I'll leave a link to their channel down in the description box below. So if you guys want to check them out, go ahead and do so. They've got some DCUO videos as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, peace out, guys. We'll be right back.